Eastern Avenue, an iconic thoroughfare on the Camperdown campus of the prestigious University of Sydney, initially served as a connection point between the City Road and the Quadrangle. During the early 20th century, Eastern Avenue turned into a picturesque park with the planting of lush trees and shrubbery. The campus then took a progressive leap with the expansion and addition of a tram line, before being reimagined as a vibrant pedestrian mall with the construction of a number of historic buildings. This visionary move elevated the avenue's charm by placing a greater focus on personal and physical interactions within the campus.
Eastern Avenue serves as a central thoroughfare of the USyd campus, facilitating much of the foot traffic of users who traverse its path. Despite active use from students and the public, the entrance to the avenue lacks a distinct landmark to engage pedestrians, and insufficient opportunity exists to engage with the site's rich history. As a result, the campus is often passed by with little to no personal interactions from users. This issue presents a number of questions. Can the university's collective identity be represented through a captivating exhibition? How can a timeless landmark both embody USyd's value of innovation and bridge the past and present? Inspired by the contrasting campus architecture of diverse historical styles, Tempus Gateway presents a metaphoric passageway that reflects changing values of the university community over time, ushering the public in the direction of the central campus, whilst offering juxtaposing glimpses of the contemporary Castlereagh building and the neo-Gothic Madsen building. By conceptually breaking down barriers of time, the transitory experience of walking through the exhibition incites conversation about the diverse basis on which campus architecture was founded, establishing a transcendent connection between past and present in the USyd of today.
The process of designing the exhibition began with mapping of the site and analysis. The pockets of the thoroughfare which are not traversed are areas of dead space. They may be activated using a central landmark to provoke a more even flow of pedestrians and direct more of the general public towards the campus. The light moves west as the day progresses, with the presence of the nearby buildings casting impressive shadows along the thoroughfare. Consideration of the interplay of light and shadow might influence the orientation of an exhibition, with an opportunity to create an interactive visual element. The site holds potential to disrupt the dominance of the main road noise by encouraging the presence of organic sounds, such as dialogue and conversation, through incidental interactions of the many pedestrians.
The absence of seating provisions indicates that this space is intended for continuous movement rather than pausing. While maintaining Eastern Avenue's uninterrupted rhythm of passage, there may be value in developing an exhibition which can control the flow of movement in this space. The deep historic roots of USyd is reflected through the diverse architectural styles of campus buildings. The thoroughfare serves as a communal path to directly connect these structures, and acts as an intersection between the past and the present of USyd campus.
Another key consideration of the design was the notion of relational aesthetics. By provoking users who traverse the path to become participants in the open-air exhibition, there's an opportunity to establish deep connections with fragments of themselves through a moment of introspection, with other users collectively engaging in the site, as well as establishing connections with the rich history of USyd embodied in the surrounding architecture. This will create a more intimate experience by inciting conversation and interaction.
The aforementioned considerations were developed and centralized in the design after drawing inspirations from a number of precedents, informed by exhibitions such as Held Through Water by Lilac's Global Design, Sume by Keiso Tsujima, and Untitled 156 by Anissa Ryuda. A series of concept sketches were produced, beginning with the idea of the tunnel. To invoke the motif of time and activate the interplay of light and shadow, a parametric style structure became significant in creating the Tempus Gateway. Additionally, as inspired by the precedent's use of reflections, mirrors were included in the design to converse with surrounding historic and contemporary architecture to reinforce the juxtaposition of the past and future. Through developmental sketches, different geometry, design, and material elements were experimented with, which ultimately resulted in the final design, thus materializing the initial concept.
The aim of the final design of Tempus Gateway is to bridge the gap between the past and present architectural history of surrounding buildings, while simultaneously marking the entrance to the campus. The exhibition would funnel the local community into a common place, sparking social interactions, particularly between the various demographics who utilize the site. As a structural landmark, the installation resolves the current absence of a clear point of arrival and draws the general public's interest towards the campus and the innovative qualities of the installation.
The exhibition is composed of two converging elements that signify the meeting of past and present, separated in the centre of the plan through a gap in the structure that offers a view of the sky above. To create a transitory experience that surpasses the boundaries of time, a series of mirrors were installed on the interior ribs of the wooden structure. By doing so, users are enabled to see glimpses of the building in front of them, whilst also the reflection of the building behind them. Thereby, within the single perspective, one is invited to reflect on the central values of each epoch, creating a juxtaposition not only between historical periods, but also of architectural techniques, styles, materials, and thresholds. Pedestrians outside of the structure are also invited to glimpse inside users interacting with the installation. Further, in order to generate social interaction, the structure funnels pedestrians into a smaller space, incentivizing the audience to interact and share their experience in a harmonious fashion. To counter the lack of seating provisions in the existing area, the curvature of the installation structure duly serves in providing a surface to lean on, rest and reflect on the conceptual intentions of the exhibitions. Finally, the turns of the walkway that flows from side to side engage users physically by increasing awareness of footsteps, thus controlling the pace in which one progresses through the passage. The exhibition strategy involves breaking down barriers of past and present, attracting usage from UCID students and the public by implementing a captivating passage installation at the entrance to the campus. The pathway will activate the site by enticing the public, who engage with the campus solely as pedestrians, to examine the innovative nature of the form. This serves as a structural landmark and identity element, signifying for users an entrance into the campus threshold.
One will enter through the gates and travel throughout the exhibition, by doing so experiencing the various objectives of the exhibition, that being the juxtaposing reflections and sensory deprivation. By doing so, they'll achieve a moment of introspection, sparking social interaction and attracting others to the exhibition.
It is in these ways that the proposed open-air exhibition seeks to enhance the space of the main entrance to UCID, repurposing the relinquished walkway and hence activating the public space of Eastern Avenue. This establishes a new purpose and encourages social interactions whilst concurrently generating enticement towards the variation in architectural context.